Hey y'all, it's Tim with Mountain Lake Card and Gaming. Welcome back to another video. Today's gonna be a fun one. We've got a stack of, I think it's 52 Pokemon cards, that we are going to be submitting to PSA. And we're gonna go through and we're gonna take a look at my list and we're gonna see why. So I've got a list in front of me here and I'm gonna go down card by card and we're gonna take a look at some different information. So we've got a card number, card name, base price, PSA 9 and PSA 10 price according to price charting and recent sales, grading fee of $15 for TCG bulk, and then a PSA 9 difference and a PSA 10 difference. So that's going to give us an idea of what's going to happen if we get a 9, what's going to happen if we get a 10, and if it's worth the risk. So is the juice worth the squeeze on the PSA 9 submission? So card number 1, we have a Radiant Eternatus. Really cool, beautiful Radiant card. I love these cards. They're not super valuable sometimes, but they look great. So we'll just make our stack there. So the Radiant Eternatus there, 105, 159. We're looking for $1 for a base card, $10.50 for a PSA 9, and $22.50 for a PSA 10. So got our grading fee there. That means PSA 9, we're looking at loss of $5.50. PSA 10 is a gain of $6.50. So that one I have to be pretty sure that I'm getting a 10. So I'm looking very close on that. So I look, my top and bottom's great. My left to right is great. And my front is great. All four sides are nice and even, no whiting at all. Corners are nice and clean. I'm fairly confident in this being a 10. So that is why I left it on my list. I've got 52 cards here. I could take it off, but if I do that, I have to sell it for $1 and I lose the opportunity cost of selling it for 22. So for me, it is worth it to take a look at a 10. We'll see what we can do there. So card number 2, this is Zamazenta V. This is Galarian Gallery number 54 out of Crown Zenith. This is a fantastic card. I've got a lot of really good Galarian Gallery cards here. So Zamazenta V, fairly confident in that. We'll take a look here. What happens? Okay, Zamazenta V. So the base price is $7. PSA 9 is $16. PSA 10 is $28. And it looks like we lose 6. If we get a 9, we gain 6. If we get a 10. So again, we're looking really close at these, making sure that we got nice, even borders all the way around. Back is close, left to right. Top to bottom's pretty close too. But the front is almost perfect. It looks great. So again, no surface issues, no whitening, no bends, no wear. Very confident in that being a 10. So we're going to keep that in the stack as well. Here, this is a recent pull of mine. This is the Origin Form Dialga V-Star. This is gallery number 68 out of 70. This is, I think, one of the top 3 or 4 cards in the set. So when we look at Origin Form Dialga, we come down here. 35 is the base price. 41's a 9. 77 is a PSA 10. So we're looking at losing $10 on a PSA 9, but gaining 27 on a 10. So I can lose 9 or gain triple that. So for me, that's worth it as a submission, especially when you look at it and you can kind of tell that's pretty perfect. You flip it over, left to right is almost exact. The back, it's close. This might be short. So if this does come back at 9, I may hold it. Just hold the slab because it's a beautiful card. And if it comes back an 8 or lower, I'll crack it and sell it raw. So still no massive loss because I pulled it myself. I didn't go out and buy the actual card, so I don't have to worry about that. Plus and minus differential there. We got a Darkrai V-Star here. This is also out of the Galarian Gallery, number 50. Back is really nice here. Front is almost perfect. You flip it over, it's the same left and right. So it's a very nice card. That card, the Darkrai V-Star, is 15 as base, 21 for a 9 and 50 for a 10. So you lose $9 if you get a 9 and you gain 20 on a PSA 10. So for me, worth it. All right, so next up, these are sneaky. So these new Pikachu boxes the Pikachu Premium Collection. These are the promo cards. So Sword and Shield 285, and then Sword and Shield 286 for the VMAX. So all of these look really nice. And you wouldn't guess it, but these things in a PSA 9 and PSA 10 are really, really worth it. Really valuable. So next one's up, Pikachu promos, Pikachu VMAX promos. They're worth about $1 each on TCG Player. But a PSA 9 is 17 or 80 or 18. And then a PSA 10 is 30 or 40. So we're talking, you know, a gain on a PSA 9 and a huge gain on a PSA 10. So if you're getting these Pikachu collection boxes, take a look and see if your Pikachus are nice and centered and have clean backs. Because if they do, I mean, you're sitting on a really nice card to grade. It's not a home run, but it's a nice single or a double. We got a Hisuian Zoroark V-Star. Really nice here. Nice top to bottom. Nice back to left to right. So, great card there. Hisuian Zoroark. Scroll down here. $15.50 for the raw card. $24 for a 9. And that is a $40 for a PSA 10. So we're talking about going down $6.50 for a 9 and up $10 basically for a 10. That one, if I'm not sure it's a 10, I probably wouldn't grade, but it looks really nice. And again, if it comes back a 9, I'll hold it probably. But that's a really nice card. All right, next up, this one I really don't know what to do with. So I've got a Skeletor GX. Centering's good. Looks like a really nice card. But when I looked this up, I couldn't find any information on it because it is... Well, let's take a look. Actually, that's incorrect. So it's a $12.50 card, and we're talking 13 for a PSA 9, so it's basically raw, and 96 for PSA 10. So we're talking, you know, lose the cost of grading or gain $70 by grading that. So this one could be a home run, and it looks fantastic. Nicely centered, really good card surface. Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely a grading candidate, 9 or a 10. So if it's a 10, it's huge. All right, so we got Boss's Orders. This is the illustration rare, so it's the secret above 193. And this is Paldea, I think, as well. Nicely centered. So this Boss's Orders, it's a $6 card. Jumps to 19 as a 9 and 70 as a 10. So we're talking, again, lose $2 if you grade it and it gets a 9, but you gain 50 if it gets a 10. And I'm willing to take that risk 7 days a week, twice Sunday. All right, next up, Annihilate EX. So let's take a look at him. Pretty centered, top to bottom, left to right. This is another art rare, illustration rare. 242, 193. And with the Annihilate, $2 raw, $15.50 as a PSA 9, so only out $2 or so, including shipping. But you could sell it for $62 as a PSA 10, so you're up $45 if it comes back a 10. All right, we've got an Iron Valiant EX. This one surprised me. I didn't expect this to be worth as much as it is, since it's just the double rare. But it's actually a $7 or $8 raw card, and I know it's a newer set, but I didn't expect that. It's Paradox Rift. I didn't expect it to be that valuable, but you scroll down here, Iron Valiant, $7 card, 13 in a PSA 9, 41 in a 10, and I think it's estimated. I don't think it's actually for sure. So lose $9 on a 9 or gain 20 on a 10, and it may be higher than that too, just because I don't think there's other cards that's been graded already. So, again, if it comes back a 9, I'll probably hold it. This one, this is going to be a problem for me because I do not know what to, I don't know what to estimate this as. It's a good looking card, very centered all the way around. Surface is great. Flip it over. A little heavy here, but not enough to really be worried about. So this is also out of Paradox Rift. It's the Roaring Moon EX 262 Hyper. And there's no information on this one, so you just got question marks. I mean, I didn't even put it into the value, but it could be a $150 card, $200 even. But it's $19 raw, and no graded copies exist. So, had to skip it, but it's going. You got Nespathra. This is a secret art from Thinking Paradox Rift also, 197. Really nice card. Beautiful art. That's a Psychic Espathra. So Espathra here, we've got $4 raw, 17 and a 9, and 55 in a PSA 10. So, I mean, PSA 9, you're not losing much, but 10, you're talking a jump of $36. So, definitely worth it. All right, y'all, more promos. So, this is Snorlax promos from Scarlet and Violet. It's number 051. I think these came out of the ETBs. It's the ETB promo card. And we got 2 of those. They're worth $1 each. Raw, they're 17, and PSA 10s are 60. So you're talking even just a PSA 9, you're getting $1 back, and 44 each. I mean, that almost pays for the ETB, right? It's pretty wild. All right, Conkeldurr, this is from Pokemon Go. This is a really nice card. So this is a, I want to say $3 raw card. Yeah, I thought I saw some whiting. It's just a fleck of something on there. Okay, so $3 raw card goes for 20 as a PSA 9 and a 28 for a PSA 10. So this is one of those rare ones where you actually don't lose on the PSA 9, and then the 10, you gain $10. So nice to not lose money on a 9. That's a nice little safety valve there for some of the other ones that might be a little more risky. All right, so we got a Charizard holo from Pokemon Go, 010. Anytime you get a Charizard that looks good, it's probably worth taking a look to see if it's worth grading. Looks really nice. Let's take a look at the numbers here. So we got a Charizard holo. It's with $1.50 raw, 14 is a 9, and then 33 is a PSA 10. So I mean, you're talking, what are you, 11xing your value by PSA 10ing it. So nice gem mint 10's definitely worth it there. This one's a beautiful card. I don't know if you can tell there, but this Dragonair, this is the art rare from, I think it's 151. Yeah, it's the Mew code. So this is from 151. And the art is just glorious. Look at that, going under that stone stair. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. This one is really nicely centered, except top to bottom on the back. Front, this side is a little bit narrower, so I'm expecting this to probably be a 9, but if they're all cut like that, it may sneak through as a 10. When we look at this one, we've got, I mean, this is huge. So it's a $13 card. The PSA 9 goes for $35, which is already a +7, but the PSA 10 is selling for over 100, and I mean, it's over $120. So we're talking a plus 3-figure profit for grading that one. So if you've got any Dragonairs in your stack cards to review, that's probably worth taking to PSA. So we've got an Ortega. This is Ortega Obsidian Flames, full art, secret art rare. Really nice looking card. So Ortega, not super valuable. It's a $1 card, 8.5 for a PSA 9, and then 40 for a PSA 10. So on this one, if you're not sure of it, it's not worth it. But this one's, I mean, I'm fairly confident because top to bottom looks great. Left to right looks amazing. Back is nice and centered. No chipping or whitening on the corners. I mean, it looks like a fantastic card. So if it 9s, I'll keep it. If it 10s, that's a nice little boon there. I love these 2 cards. Look at these guys, the Pidgey and the Pidgeotto. These are just so cool. I'm really excited to send these off. These are ones that I might not sell if they come back nice, but you never know. If they're 9s, we may still part ways. Well, maybe not. We'll see. So we are going to make our decisions here based on our Pidgey and Pidgeotto. All right, so the Pidgey, $4 card, 17 as a PSA 9 and 32 as a 10. So you're losing $2 as a PSA 9. Pidgeotto, $1.50 for the card somehow, but PSA 9 is $13.50 and a 44 for a PSA 10. So you're talking $30 almost an increase by gemming that up. So it's a nice little card to send off. All right, we got a Gardevoir. This is a Trainer Gallery 05. So nice looking card. This one's a little risky if I remember correctly, because if this comes back a 9, you do lose a good bit. So the Gardevoir, $1 card. It's worth 12 as a PSA 9, so you're losing $4. But 33 is a 10, so that's a $15 increase in value, 17, depending on the auction price. So we're talking, not really, not really a home run, but definitely a single. We got Radiant Alakazam. This is a beautiful card. Not super valuable raw. It's worth $1 or something. Yeah, $1 raw, 11 is a 9, which again, losing $5. But as a PSA 10, we're looking at $38, which is a $22 jump. Same thing with Mew EX. So this Mew EX, 151. It's the name of the set. Really nicely centered all the way around. I'm very excited about this one going off. So the Mew EX is $6 card. Goes up to 12 for a PSA 10, so it's a huge risk. I mean, we're more than half of the grading cost as a 9, but $26 in increase, so for a total of 47 if we get it in a 10. All right, these are super cool. So this is Obsidian Flames Tyranitar EX. This came out of a Charizard EX box. Believe it or not, it was a really nice box. Back's nice. I like how they hid the terrestrializing thing all the way off the card. I don't blame them. It's a goofy hat. But hey, that looks really nice. Electric Tyranitar. Nice coverage. So we come here to the Tyranitar EX. $3 card. 12 raw, 65. Or 12 is a 9 and 65 is a PSA 10. So losing $6 if it's a 9, but gaining almost 50 in value if you gem it up. This Charizard EX, again, if you ever have any Charizards, it's worth grading if they're nice and centered with no surface issues, which this one is. I feel like this is a big jump, though, so let's take a look at our sheet. So the Charizard, $12 is a PSA, or $12 raw, 34 as a PSA 9, so that's an increase of $7 as a 9. And then 77 is the sales average for a PSA 10, so that's $50 above raw plus graded cost. All right, Arcanine EX. This one is just a fun card. I really like the art on it. So if this doesn't grade super nice, it's for the PC. If it grades super nice, it's for somebody else's PC. We'll say that. So Arcanine, get down to it. Arcanine, last one on the sheet. $1 card raw. It's 14 and a 9 and 27 and a 10. So low risk. You might lose $2, but you're up 11 if it grades a 10. So not bad at all. Let me flip my spreadsheet here and we'll take a look at the next page. All right. So next up we got the Fido Art Rare. And I just love this. Look at him. He's looking at pastries. Man, he's awful doughy himself. So really cool card. A little off center on the back. Right's thicker than left, but I don't think it's bad enough to cause an issue on the back. So we're talking $250 for the card, $15.50 nines, and 61 in a PSA 10. So we're looking at loss of 2 for a 9 and gain of 43 in a 10. All right, Chiyu EX. This is the Secret Art, $234. Nice looking card. It is not worth much raw, so I'm grading it, even though I expect it to get a 9 or an 8. But you look here, $2 raw, $14.50 and a 9, which is not a huge loss, but 43 and a 10, which I don't expect. So it could gain 26 if somebody's having a nice day and wants to pass it on, but I'm expecting to lose a little bit on that. But I'm just not willing to sell that card for $2. It's too nice for that. All right, we got a Gyarados, 43. That's out of Paldea. Really nice centering. Gyarados is another one of those. If you get a really nice copy of one, it might be worth looking it up, and this is why. Gyarados there, 25 cents for the card, $12 in a 9, 70 in a 10. So that's an increase of almost $55 for grading it. Almost worth it to go on to TCG Player and buy up all the near mint copies and take the top 10 or the top 10% and grade them all. So Galarian Articuno here. So it's a promo, Sword and Shield, promo number 282. Really nice centering, plus it's a promo card, so not a whole lot of people are going to be grading these. At least not as many as what might be a raw card in the packs. So Galarian Articuno, 50-cent card. 11 is a 9, 27 is a 10. So we're talking $5 loss if it comes in as a 9. 11.50 you gain if it's not. All right. This one I'm still debating. I may not send it in. This is a Hisuian Sneasler. This is kind of funny, actually. This is a situation where I'm not willing to part with a nice card for not very much money. So I really want it to be nice. It's not really worth that much in a 9 or a 10. So let's look. 50-cent card. $9 is a 9. 21 is a 10. So, I mean, we're only talking a $5 increase and a $6.50 loss if we're, getting a 9. But probably going to be a PC card just because I'm not willing to sell it raw for 50 cents. So now we're getting into some interesting cards here. We got Lugia, let's say 132 reverse holo. Another one of those Pokemon where it's worth it to take a look and see, based on the popularity. Sometimes it's actually worth it to grade, even just a reverse holo. So 25 cents for base, 13.50 is a 9, and 21.50 is a 10. So, I mean, we're looking at a $6 increase in value for getting a 10, and only a $1.75 loss. So $2 including shipping, something like that. We got a Miraidon EX. This is a Black Star promo from Scarlet and Violet, I think base. This is 028. Yeah, it's really nice stars to see that. So this card, I remember it being almost perfect if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the centering's really good. Top to bottom's good. Back is good. So the Miraidon is, let's see, Black Star promo. So it's $1.25, and it jumps to 20 as a 9 and a 40 as a 10. So, I mean, we're talking about a positive on a 9 and a big positive on a 10. So definitely worth it. Here we got a Lugia V-Star. This is 139 out of, which set is this? I cannot remember which set this is. I don't think it's Silver Tempest. I just can't remember what the F is for. I'm sorry. But you look at the card, it's very nice. Bottom is a little bit thick, but the front, almost perfect. So the Lugia V-Star, that is a 450 card as a base. 13 is a 9, 31 is a 10. So losing $7 and a 9, gaining 11 as a 10. So we'll grade it and see what happens. All right. This is Dragonite V. This is the full art. It's 191. Really nice centering on the back. Really nice on the front. A little bit thick over here, but not enough to take away from the eye appeal, I think. So probably a 9, possibly a 10. So the Dragonite here is a $12 card. 22 and a 9, 51 and a 10. So might lose $5 in grading it as a 9, but might gain 25 grading it a 10. We got a Pikachu, another one of those guys that you always take a look at the value graded. So nicely centered. Looks nice on the front. Good eye appeal. The Pikachu is worth $3.50 raw, 21 and a 9, 57 and a 10. So we're gaining $2.50 and a 9, and almost $40 in value is graded a 10. Another Gyarados, very nicely centered, no surface issues. And on the back, it's a little short on this side, but again, not enough to be considered off center by the back standards for PSA. Dollar card, worth 15 and 28 as a 9 and 10. So might lose $1 on a 9, but gain 12 and a 10. Radiant Blastoise, we just graded one that looks almost exactly like this, and it got a 10. The only difference is this top is just the slightest bit shorter, so it may be a 9. Back looks pretty nice. Probably a 9. But a Radiant Blastoise, we're talking $3 raw, 15, and then jumps all the way to 36 for a 10. So may lose $3, may gain 20. It's really hard to tell. So we got a Shaman V-Star. Really not valuable card. This is, I think, a 75-cent card, but it is way more valuable when you grade it. So That card is 75 cents raw. Jumps all the way to 18 as a PSA 9 and 22 as a PSA 10. So really not a difference between your PSA 9s and 10s, but either $2 or $6 in the green on that. This one's for me. Slow Bro, reverse hollow. I always try to throw in something random like this just as a barometer to see what they're doing with grading. Really nice looking card, just not valuable. So it kind of gives me an idea of what they're doing. So the reverse hollow Slow Bro, it's like a quarter. Yeah, but $20 raw, or $20 in a 9, 35 in a 10. So I mean, you're up $5 or even $20 grading that reverse hollow. And speaking of reverse hollows, we got a reverse hollow Charizard. Grade your Charizards, guys. It's always worth it. It's a really nice looking card all the way around, back and front. Charizard reverse hollow, $3 raw, 16 in a 9, 28 in a 10. So down 2 or up 10, depending on your grade there. Okay, we got an Alakazam V. This is 172. This is the full art. We consult our chart. Alakazam V. It's a $15 or a $1.50 card raw. 14 and a 14 and a 9 and a 30 and a 10. So pretty close to breaking even or up $13.50. It's really nice. This one is beautiful. This is a Pikachu V. It's centered all the way around. Good on the back. And we've got really nice surface. Look, with those ridges on there, you can really tell the difference. It's like a fingerprint almost. That's nice and clear. So the Pikachu, it's $11 card. It jumps to 24 as a 9 and 41 as a 10. So we're looking at either a $2 loss or a $15 increase. All right, so this card, this Starmie V, Trainer Gallery 13, we have one copy of this already in a PSA 10, and I think it's valued at around $150, $160. And this is another really nice grading candidate, so we're going to see if we can get 2. So that card raw, I think, is 37, yep. And 53 is a PSA 9, so PSA 9 is basically a break even, but then the PSA 10 is 135, so that's an increase of $83. So I'll take that any day of the week. We got a Scovillain. This is the Art Rare 202 of 198. That's out of one of the Scarlet and Violet sets. I cannot remember which one. That's a very nice looking card. Okay, so the Scovillain might be a 9 based on centering on the back, but we'll see. $2.50 raw. It's $10 in the PSA 9. Really affordable card in PSA 9 if you like the art. But 43 and a 10. So we're either losing half our cost of grading or we're up 25 depending on the grade coming back. Last one we're going to look at here is Phalanx. This is a pretty cool looking card. Nice and centered. Back's a little off, but not enough to really make me worried. And that one, we are 50 cents raw, $12 in a 9 and 39 in a 10. So lose $3.50 or you gain 23. All right, so that's our list of cards. So I want to say here that our raw sales, if we were able to sell all those raw, we'd be looking at $263 and a quarter. If we sell all of them and they get PSA 9s, we're going to be down $118. If they all get 10s, we'll be up $1,330. So an average of 9s and 10s should work out to around $600 in increase in value based on which cards, depending on which cards actually grade 10s and which ones grade 9s. So 50-50 gem rate, we're talking an average of $606 in increased value. So that is how I make my PSA decisions. I'd love to hear your feedback on that and see what you think. And as always, I appreciate you watching. Like and subscribe if you like this kind of content. We'll keep making some more of it. And as always, I'll show you the grades when they come in. We'll see you all in the next video.